You have to ask yourself, why do you care so much about what other people do, especially when they're living their life? And I wake up and I help people, and I want people to live freely and happily. And, you know, we don't know how long we're going to be here. So all right, bring you guys something new today. I wanted to do a walk and talk, actually really kind of not respond to just questions, but even just comments that people have. I think it's really important to engage with the audience, especially when you're doing a vlog of sorts, because a lot of what people put on a vlog or a podcast or whatever is very much one-sided, and then you respond and you never get the response back. But it's important for me to respond to you. So let's do this. All right, first thing I want to respond to, and this is going to be very controversial, but I actually don't care. I do want to say that this doesn't apply to everyone that asks or comments about PEDs or steroids or testosterone or whatever the case may be. At the beginning of the conversation, when you go to ask somebody that, you have to ask yourself, why am I asking that person, are they on PEDs, testosterone, whatever, steroids, HGH, all the things. You have to ask yourself, why am I asking that? Some people are asking because they're like, oh my gosh, I want to bodybuild. I don't want to be a natural bodybuilder. I actually want to get into it and I want to learn more about it. And I respect those people. I think it's really great. There are other people that may want to know, is that what you got to look like that? Which I also think is very respectable. But I want to say, me personally, from the very beginning of my career, when I was doing hip hop abs, was just dancing, my number one motto is that I never want you to try to look like me or try to look like anyone else. The education, the motivation, the exercises, nutrition or whatever that I have given always has been for you to go after the body that you want and you can look best in your body. Even as a bodybuilder, there's no bodybuilder out there, professional bodybuilder at the top, and there are plenty of amazing ones. I don't want to look like any of them. That's not why I do what I do. That's not why I make any of the choices that I make. That's not why I got into bodybuilding. I love fitness because I'm like, how can I look the best that I can look? And I think I grasped that as an athlete. As an athlete, I just wanted to be the best. I learned in track and field, yeah, you want to win. It's objective. You cross the finish line the first time, but at the end of the day, I have to train enough to be able to achieve that, right? And I'm achieving what I want to achieve. And if I beat somebody, great. Now I'll go back. I've never once said when I started bodybuilding, even in my Dig Deeper workouts, this is how you're gonna look like me. My Dig Deeper workouts, I was 207 pounds. I was only 10 pounds heavier than I was typically on a daily basis before I started bodybuilding. So I never said, this is how you're gonna look like me. The science that I give you, the actual tips, anatomy tips that I give you, food tips that I give you in the workout are specifically designed for your body as is. So I say all that because what I'm about to say is gonna piss some people off. It's really none of your fucking business if someone doesn't want to tell you that they're doing PEDs. It's literally none of your business. Again, unless you go back to what I said before, which is more about, hey, I want to do this, I want to try this. We all know there's bodybuilding and then there are natural bodybuilding shows. I'm not in a fucking natural bodybuilding show. I am a bodybuilder trying to compete at the top. And it is none of your business if I don't want to be very specific with what I do. Now, there are athletes out there that do, they give their stack, they tell everybody what they're doing, every single thing. And there's some people that's like, cool. But 90% of the people out there aren't doing shit with that information. They just want to know to be nosy. Then they move on and it fulfills nothing in them. So here's what I say. Before I even started bodybuilding, my goal was to look the best that I could look. There are many ways and options to look the best that you can look. Some of these people who say some of these things are the same people who will look at a woman who have breast implants and be like, oh, she only looks that good because she has blush and pants, so she got her lips done and she got a BBL. What the fuck does it matter? You're only making it your business. It's only your business because you're making it your business, right? My first anything with anyone who walks a different lifestyle than me, makes different choices, decisions, for me, if that's what they want to do, if that makes them happy, it's no skin off my game. I'm not paying their bills, nor I'm not on their team. They're not asking for my advice. I salute them if they're not hurting anyone. And so I'll wrap that up by saying, some people are gonna be offended, and I'm sure I'll see it in the comments. But like I said in one of my other videos that I've yet to post here, people who don't like me or don't like the choices that I make or how I run or live my life, that's your problem. It's literally not my problem. But what I do want to say is you have to ask yourself, why do you care so much about what other people do, especially when they're living their life? And I wake up and I help people, and I want people to live freely and happily. And you know, we don't know how long we're going to be here. So why not just support people and do what they do? Again, if you want to take education from people because it's something you're actually interested in and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to do it or whatever, great. But if you just want to know just to know, then you're in it for the wrong reasons. And last but not least, if you are someone that goes to the gym and you're mad because people might take testosterone or HGH or whatever PEDs, why are you mad? That's what they choose to do. That's their confidence. That's what makes them feel good. Just because you don't want to do it, don't mean you have to get mad about it. And some people will be like, well, it's cheating. Cheating for who? They're not in a competition against you. The problem is so many people want, in fitness in general, and this is what I don't like about commercial fitness, and I think it's gotten a little bit better, but people are always, it's so much in competition with other people instead of worrying about themselves or beefing people up. Anyway, whatever. I say all that to say, I don't want to say mind your business because you won't, but it's more about like, you have to ask yourself, why do you want to know? Why are you leaving the comments you leave, especially about something that pertains to what other people are doing to their sport and what it is that they want to do. Go back to episode 1 if you want to hear what I got to say about what I do. And if you can read between the lines, good. And if you can't, and you just want somebody to say what they say because you want to be nosy, that's on you. I will move on now. But I do want to say, one of the comments said, Shaun, I appreciate your transparency because they get it. Because they get it. All right, I'm gonna go to this was really cool. What do your daily meals consist of when you prep? My guy Robert's behind the camera. Did we ever post my whole meal prep video situation? We never posted that. I think we should just post that. We're gonna post that. We're gonna post everything that I was eating in my bulk, and then when I get lower in calories, we'll post that. But I will say the main thing is 90% of the foods that I eat when I'm bulking are the same foods that I eat when I'm in prep and I'm cutting, because it all comes down to portion control and your macros. I think the one thing that changes is like flank steak. I don't eat flank steak when I get close. I eat tilapia. Some people hate tilapia, but I hate turkey. So I go with the tilapia. But I will just post a video of me meal prepping when I was thicker than a sticker, and I love it. All right, next. Do you take a day off as part of your recovery? Yes, I take a day off. Unless I miss a cardio day in my training, I'll work out on Sunday, but I definitely take a day off. It is very important to have that rest day. If you don't, you're actually working against yourself. Your muscles need time to rest so they can grow. Also, since I got into prep, I'm in bed 9 to 10 hours a day. It feels so good. I'm already down 16 pounds, and I think a lot of it's due to the sugar that I'm not putting in my coffee, the couple of drinks that I have when I go out or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I attribute a lot of it to sleep. I am in that bed. Scott sets the alarm for 8:15 p.m. He's like, you got 15 minutes to get in bed. I'm like, bye, bitch, I'm out. And I love seeing it feel so good. All right. So make sure you rest. And eventually on the vlog, I'm gonna film a whole session with a couple of my bodywork specialists. We're gonna start with Kristen. You can see how she dry needles my body. She's gonna talk about what she's doing to bring out the muscles as part of the recovery. Is really, really great. I think videographer Robert's arms are getting tired, but he's a bodybuilder, so you should get those. You should have that muscular endurance. All right, Shaun. Somebody said, Shaun, I haven't seen you in a minute. You look great, but you look more like a classic physique than men's physique. I'm looking forward to this series and I'm excited. Thank you so much. I love classic physique. I'm taking this year to try to grow my legs a little bit more. Because if I grow my legs a little bit more, I can get into the classic physique thing. I mean, they're not bad or whatever, they're good. But if I want to compete in classic, I gotta blow these things up. So if you have a special balloon that you can pump into my legs, I'll take it. But hopefully in 2026, because I don't think there will be a Masters Olympia, so I'll just be basically training. I'll try to make my legs bigger. Maybe I'll compete in classic physique in 2026 as a pro. That would be really fun. I was at North American and saw you get multiple cards. Man, you have put on some quality tissue. Thank you. I love when people, this is not a selfish thing, but I do love when people come to the bodybuilding shows, when I meet bodybuilders. I meet so many bodybuilders who have said, hey Shaun, like I've been doing your workouts. Well, actually some people say, I started my fitness journey with Insanity and we're both on the backstage in bodybuilding. They're like, I'm bodybuilding literally because of you, and I've been able to find motivation and inspiration and success in my fitness journey. That is one of the best compliments you could ever give me. And then the next is when I see people who are coaches or they love bodybuilding, they come to the shows and they just show gratitude and love, and I give it right back. I think it's so great. So thank you so much for supporting me at North Americans. Hopefully I'll see you at another show. 804 Rome is your name. So if you see me at one of my shows, please come up to me and say what's up. I'm actually gonna be competing in Alabama Pro, St. Pete's Pro, and Chicago Pro, which I'm really excited about. All right, someone said, just in 4 minutes, I know he knows anatomy. He's doing his lateral shoulder raises correctly. Arms aren't even with the body, they're slightly forward. He raises an inch or two below the shoulder level. This person is talking about my form. I take form very, very seriously. If you do my Dig Deeper workout, the entire series, I'm teaching you all these little tricks and tips that will help you grow your muscles. It's gonna help you grow. It's gonna help you stretch the tissue, tear it in the correct way. Some people push weight up here, they do 1 inch of pushing and that does nothing. It's better to stretch that muscle if you're doing a chest press and almost not even be able to move it. It's so much better to do that when it gets heavy than to push up here. So I do love giving quality anatomy advice. And for those of you who don't know, I have a degree in sports science. I also have a minor in theater dance where we also had to know a lot about the body structure, skeletal system. And when I get body work and I'm getting trained by trainers and doctors, I'm constantly making myself a student, constantly. I love it. It's like, I love science so much, especially when it has to do with the body, that I just want to pass it along to you all. All right, someone said, bro is out here. This is in response to the workout that I did when I was doing, the vlog that I did when I was doing max 30 and I could barely fucking breathe. Maybe it was in the first vlog, but someone says, bro is out here. Bro is out of breath with every sentence. The water retention is in his face is insane. He's blasting gear for sure. Well, I was blasting some alcohol, some sugar in my coffee. I was doing a lot, but I think it's I think this comment was actually meant to be funny, which I love. But yeah, I was out of breath. Like, I was 250 pounds, never had been that big. I was only walking on the treadmill. I actually just started walking without even holding on once. In the treadmill at 6 miles an hour at a 6% incline at a 3.5 mile an hour walk. So I was definitely out of breath. I'm not out of breath now. You could tell this entire time. You don't hear me breathing all heavy or whatever. A boy is getting conditioned. Let's go. Someone said, and here I am all these years later and still haven't made it through an Insanity series. And you saw me doing Insanity at 250 pounds. That's what I'm saying. I lead by example. Come on, let's go. Last one. Someone says, let's go. I love this. I thought that dude was dead or something. Someone thought I was dead? What? You, come on. I'm all over all the time. But someone said, I thought this dude was dead or something. Used to love following CDs. CDs are music. DVDs. hard workouts and video. I'm just messing with you. And in my living room, the main reason I lost a ton of weight and got fit as fuck. Well, I'm so happy that you let me be a part of your journey. And that's what I want to end with this, because I know I started off this series, this vlog, a little intense, but I really do appreciate you letting me be a part of your fitness journey. And it's really, really important for me to say and go back to what I was saying in the beginning. It's not anger necessarily toward anyone. It's you have to evaluate what your intentions are. And I know I can't cure what I like to call the virus of social media, which is negativity, but I live in such a positive space in my mind. Don't get it twisted, I will cuss somebody out. But I live in such a positive headspace that it always boggles my mind, especially as someone who's highly empathetic, that you would go on a platform just to cause havoc with someone or people who are trying to build people up. It just sounds crazy to me. I know I'm not gonna cure it. People always say like, well, social media, you put it out there, you know, you have to expect to get it back. No, that's not true, because you wouldn't say that shit to me in my face if I was walking in Walmart, right? Like you just wouldn't do it. I think people just have more courage because they have problems with their own life. And what I say to that, now and end with, therapy helps. You know what I'm saying? I go to therapy pretty much at least a couple times a month. And I know when I'm lashing out or when I'm being negative, it's not the thing, it's the thing. So if you ever get a chance to read my book called T is for Transformation, you will actually know where my intentions lie, where it comes from, the history of why I am the way that I am, I train the way that I train, and why I am at a level where the fucks that I give are zero. The only fucks I give is I give up about how much you are succeeding and living your best life. And that's what we're here for. And that's what we're gonna continue to do. And like I said in my old podcast, trust and believe in who you are. And I say in my new podcast, continue to transform your life in the way that you wanna do it. And I'll see you at the next vlog. Peace out.